this poster that was just released has Star Wars fans losing their minds online as it teases the release of a Darth Revan movie coming in 2027 that will star Brie Larson as the iconic character from the Old Republic. But is this poster real? Is Old Republic content really on its way? And will Brie Larson be playing Darth Revan?
I don't think so.
And to make matters worse, this poster is being passed around with this description attached to it. Breaking news, Disney has announced that they are moving away from streaming shows and moving forward with more movies. The first after The Mandalorian and Grogu in 2026 will be what fans have been asking for years. A movie set in the Old Republic. Since the game allows both female and male Revans, they have cast a fan favorite from the MCU, Brie Larson, as the lead role to add to the diversity of the project. Now, I can confirm with 100% certainty that this is not real. The poster was created by a fan who just wanted the Star Wars fandom to be worked up yet again. And well, it worked. Star Wars fans are losing their minds for one reason or another. It's true, in the Knights of the Old Republic game, you can choose a female or a male Darth Revan. But that's not really the problem here. Brie Larson has become a very divided actress in Hollywood, very similar to the Star Wars fandom itself. Some people really loving the actress and some people absolutely hating her. So this causes for a lot of drama in the Star Wars universe. And this is not the first time that there have been rumors of Brie Larson joining the Star Wars galaxy, as the actress herself has been very vocal about wanting to join this galaxy far, far away. Now, this poster is definitely fake, and the description is not real. However, this brings up 3 rumors that are very likely to come true. The first is Disney or Lucasfilm slowing down their Star Wars live-action Disney Plus show production. Since Star Wars left the theaters in 2019 after the rise of Skywalker, it has lived solely on Disney Plus. And with live-action shows like The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan, Andor, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, and most recently The Acolyte, we've been getting about 2 or 3 live-action Disney Plus shows from the galaxy far, far away. But that is no longer going to be the case, as Star Wars is coming back to the big screen. On May 22nd, 2026, The Mandalorian and Grogu movie will be released. Also, in December of 2026, there is another untitled Star Wars movie set to release. And a year later, in December of 2027, another untitled Star Wars movie is set to release. So Star Wars is coming back to the big screen, and that means the Disney Plus production of live-action Star Wars shows will be cut. And most likely, it will be cut to 1 season per year. Next year, in 2025, the only live-action Star Wars series set to release is Andor Season 2, the highly anticipated second season to the sequel-prequel to Andor Season 1 and Rogue One. In the following year, 2026, the only live-action Star Wars show is Ahsoka Season 2. So it seems like these rumors of live-action Disney Plus shows being cut down to only 1 a year is most likely going to be proven true. And that brings us to our second rumor, Brie Larson coming to Star Wars. Brie Larson is most known now for her role as Captain Marvel in the MCU, but she has been very vocal about wanting to join the Star Wars galaxy. She's even admitted that she once auditioned for a role in Star Wars. She auditioned for some unnamed role in Solo: A Star Wars Story. Some fans believe that role could have been Kira, the love interest for Han Solo, and the girl who later goes on to train with Darth Maul and become the leader of the Crimson Dawn. She also said in an interview that she once got to hold Samuel L. Jackson's old lightsaber that he used as Mace Windu in the prequel trilogy. While reminiscing of this memory, she said, "It's so cool. I wish I was a Jedi. I got to hold his lightsaber."
What did he say?
He brought it to me on set on May the 4th, and I cried. It was so cool. I want to be a Jedi. And more recently, in 2020, Brie Larson posted a picture of herself on Instagram with the Princess Leia space buns, which at the time drove the Star Wars fandom mad, as many fans believed that she was joining the Star Wars galaxy 2 years ago. So this is not something new. Brie Larson joining the Star Wars galaxy has been a long time in the making. So if she were to officially join the Star Wars galaxy, it wouldn't be that big of a surprise. So the likelihood of Brie Larson coming to the Star Wars galaxy is very, very high. Not only because she really wants to and she's a big actress in Hollywood, but because she's already working with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is also owned by Disney. And she would not be the first actor or actress to cross over from universe to universe. There have been so many actors that have gone from being in the MCU to Star Wars or the other way around. And I would guess that Brie Larson is very likely to be one of those actresses very soon. But then the question becomes, who will she play? If not Darth Revan, then who? Well, there's a few upcoming Star Wars projects that I feel she would be a good fit for. Like I said before, she's a huge actress in Hollywood, so she's probably going to have a big role in a movie. The project I think is probably the most likely place we'll see Brie Larson is in the Dawn of the Jedi movie being directed by James Mangold. But tell me in the comments where you want to see Brie Larson in Star Wars. And that brings us to the third rumor that is likely to come true. The Old Republic content is finally on the way. Disney acquired Lucasfilm from George Lucas in 2012. Since then, we have seen so many Star Wars projects, almost all of which take place inside of the Skywalker saga. However, Lucasfilm is sitting on an untapped gold mine known as the Old Republic. Incredible stories and characters already exist for Disney to just come in and adapt them into live-action movies or shows. Currently, a remake of Knights of the Old Republic is in the works over at Lucasfilm, although updates on that game have been very scarce. So maybe, just maybe, Lucasfilm is pushing back the production of this remake of Knights of the Old Republic so that it can be released alongside of Old Republic shows and movies. Now, a switch like this would be huge. Going out of the Skywalker saga to the Old Republic, it sounds crazy, especially after their first attempt to leave the Skywalker saga with The Acolyte. And well, we know what happened with that show. It got canceled less than a month after its release. And it doesn't even matter if you liked The Acolyte or you didn't. It was the first attempt to leave the Skywalker saga, and it went extremely poorly. So from a business perspective, if you're looking at it from the higher-ups at Disney, it's going to look like the Star Wars fans don't like anything that happens outside the Skywalker saga, or stories that aren't connected to the legacy characters that fans know and love. Think of it this way, the High Republic novels that they spent so much time creating did not sell well at all, and they spent so much time and money in creating those books. But then their biggest successes, like The Mandalorian, are when Luke Skywalker show up, or Ahsoka Tano show up, or even in Ahsoka when Anakin shows up. So it looks like Star Wars fans react better to when they see legacy characters show up in these new shows, rather than going outside the Skywalker saga, which could become a huge issue. However, there still is hope outside of Skywalker saga content. Like I mentioned before, James Mangold is currently working on a Dawn of the Jedi movie, set 25,000 years before the events of The Phantom Menace. This movie could be the perfect introduction to the Old Republic and the characters and stories that we know and love. But with that being said, will Brie Larson be a part of that story? Will she be starring in that story as Darth Revan? Probably not. But tell me what you think in the comments section below. And if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Don't believe everything you see online, because usually it's AI created or just some Star Wars fan trying to rile up the Star Wars fandom. But the possibility of seeing Brie Larson in Star Wars, the possibility of seeing the Old Republic come into canon Star Wars, and Disney Plus cutting down their live-action Star Wars shows to one a year are all very likely possibilities, so this poster isn't that far off. But tell me what you think in the comments section below. Do you want to see Brie Larson in the Star Wars universe? And do you want Star Wars to switch from the Skywalker saga to the Old Republic? And speaking of live-action Disney Plus shows, Ahsoka Season 2 just got this massive update, and I explain all of it in this video right here.